Hi everybody, I am the Creative Lady, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how I make my Will You Marry Me pound cake. So if you want to know how I make this cake and how it got the name Will You Marry Me, keep watching. The Marry Me pound cake has only 6 ingredients for the recipe. 1 pound of butter, 3 cups sugar, 6 large eggs, 4 cups flour, 3/4 cup milk, and 2 teaspoons vanilla. I'll leave a link below to a printable recipe card in case you need exact measurements. So let's go ahead and heat the oven up to 325. Your oven may have a different temperature. I'm going to use my KitchenAid stand mixer. You can use a stand mixer or a hand mixer, but I do recommend at least some type of electric mixer unless you have a really strong arm. I'm going to go ahead and add the butter and the sugar together. It's important to cream these together before you add any of the other ingredients. And I will be using a bowl scraper attachment to make sure that everything blends well. That's very important baking a pound cake, that everything is blended well. I'm going to add the eggs one at a time, and you do need 6 eggs. I like to add the eggs to a separate bowl to make sure that all the eggs are good that I'm using. You don't want to ruin your batter. It's important to blend well after the addition of each egg because you do not want streaky egg in your batter no kind of way. So go ahead and blend after each addition of the 6 eggs. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in the flour. You don't add all the flour at once. You add a little flour and then you go back and you add a little milk. And you just alternate back and forth a little bit at a time. Flour, milk, and then just blend. It's important that the mix is mixed up well so that your batter is not too dense, not too heavy. It's just the right consistency. So I'm going to go ahead now and add the 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavor. And again, I'm going to go ahead and blend that on together. Now I'm going to use my bundt pan. You can use a bundt pan or tube pan. And honey, I'm going to go ahead and use this all vegetable shortening to grease the pan. I'm using a pastry brush to add the shortening to the pan so that the cake does not stick. I'm going to add about a teaspoon or tablespoon of flour. And then I am going to show you how I get rid of the excess. I flip the pan over, hit it with a couple of times, tap with a knife, and all of the excess flour is removed. So now I'm going to go ahead on and spoon the batter into the greased and floured cake pan and just add all of the batter. Give it a little jiggle to make sure that everything is nice and neat, and then put it into the oven for about 1 hour and 20 minutes at 325. Again, your oven may vary. Before the cake comes out, make sure that you test it with a toothpick. I forgot to put that footage in here. Let the cake cool in the pan and then on the cooling rack for a little while. The cake turned out perfect. The consistency on the outside was great and perfect. So let's go ahead and cut into the cake to make sure that the inside looked pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and cut into it and show you what the inside was like, and it was great. That was a great texture cake. It's not too crummy, not too doughy, a perfect consistency. When I lived in Jackson, Mississippi, I used to bake cakes for my coworkers, and by 12 o'clock or before, all the cake would be gone. There was this one guy who worked in the building at night. He would come in, it's like, you know what, I'm sick of hearing about you and these cakes. I need to have some of this cake. So he asked if I would bake him a cake. I said, sure. I baked the cake the next day or so, and so when the guy came in, he came to the library, and I was standing behind the circulation desk, and he just stared at me. I was like, why is this guy staring at me? Was the cake not done? Was it dry? Was it packy? Was it something wrong with it? You know, like, oh Lord, what's wrong with this cake? So he stood there for what seemed like an eternity. And then all of a sudden the man drops down to one knee and asks me, will you marry me? Now, I can't guarantee that this cake is going to get you a wedding proposal, but I can guarantee you're going to have yourself a good cake. I want to thank that chick from Alabama who challenged me to share more of my stuff on my YouTube channel. So girl, this video is for you. I'll send you a slice of cake. So I thank you all for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. If you haven't, please subscribe to my channel and check out my last video. I shared with you guys my 2016 mantra using a thistle and poppy frame.